All right, so what a mix-up this morning. There are like so many events going on, and the last place I stopped was for free COVID testing, and they were giving out masks. So I definitely have a ton of these
now, because I think there are like 4 or 5 in here. So I'm going to keep these in the car so that I will always have them handy. Then I've got a couple of the I Will Vote bags that I was able to get together just in case I wind up having to give a couple of these out while I'm here. So I have those. I have my own mask that's right. Oh no, my thing came off. I need to put that back together.
So we have our I Will mask. And it actually has the place for you to insert the other kind, but I have the adhesive kind that you add on, which is so much easier than trying to stick that other thing on the inside. So I actually got this from the drugstore. So this is great. I'm loving that because you can just take it out and just put new ones in really easily. I have my directions for today. I got my phone, I have my camera tripod thing ready to go so I can do some vlogging. There we go, look at that. So like, yes, I have the vlogging camera ready to go. I feel like I've missed a lot of stuff recently, so yeah, I'm liking this. All right, let's go have some fun. It's not set to start for a little while. Probably could have stopped at that other event for a second, but by the time I would have gotten parking and everything, it just really wouldn't have worked. So we're just gonna go with this and be done. Let's go.
Life is what you make it. I feel like amazing. I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on drip I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places. I've been shaking hands for a chance to really make it. This life is so abrasive, so I almost gave in. All this shit that I'm laying, it's only the foundation. I've been going crazy, just trying to find a way. I was in the basement, trying to turn the page. I was going through the phase. Nobody see my face. I was chasing at the paper, been all it for the ways. But everything again, ain't nothing left to lose. I've been breaking rules, I've been making moves.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kerry Washington, Nnamdi Asomugha, Ebony West, and Mark Anthony Middleton.
Hey everybody!
I'm sure you'll all agree that we have such a beautiful day to advance history and our democracy. Durham, would you help me welcome the incomparable Kerry Washington and Nnamdi to our city? Come on, let's hear it.
And finally, we know that when Durham votes, North Carolina wins. And I'm excited, so excited to take my butt back to my seat and welcome Kerry and Nnamdi to the Bull City to help us turn out. So welcome them both to the stage and thank you for coming to the Bull City.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here. We're excited to be in North Carolina. I'm a sports guy, so I know the Tar Heels and the Blue Devils. Go Heels. What is Bull City? I just heard, I keep hearing that. What is that's Durham.
We are in the Bull City.
I love it. Well,
That's right.
That's it. Well, we can tell that you guys are all fired up to be here and that you understand the impact of your vote, and that means so much to us. We were told that as of yesterday, over 780,000 people have already voted in North Carolina, which is amazing. And that number is going to be much higher today, so we just want to say thank you for that. That's what power looks like when you can get out there and vote early. That's what taking control of your life looks like. That's what leading the charge looks like. So we're appreciative of that. Don't let up. Continue to volunteer, continue to spread the word. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, do whatever you can to support and vote early. We need you. Thank you so much for being here. And I know you are not here to hear me. So I'm going to also take a step back and introduce Kerry.
So happy election season, because we are in election season. The election is upon us, and you guys are showing out in North Carolina. We are pulling up, you're showing up You're showing the country what's possible here. 2 days ago, early voting opened here, as you've already mentioned. And in person, I just want to remind everybody who's listening, in person, you can vote early. You can drop off your absentee ballot early. There are so many ways to vote safely. So if you're listening out there, if you're hearing this, there is no excuse. We need you. North Carolina is so, so important. And you can go and vote for this historic ticket. Up and down the ballot, you're making history in this state. There's 4 black women running statewide. That's historic. The historic ticket of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. This is a moment where you cannot sit on the sidelines. Can you guys hear me okay? It's COVID. So I want to tell you guys a little secret. Can I tell you a secret? Is that okay? Yeah. It's something about me that's a little different. I love to vote. When I tell you I love to vote, like I love to vote. Because for me, when I vote, it is when I matter. It's when I matter as an American. It's when I matter as a woman. It's when I matter as a black person. It's when I matter as a mom. It's when I matter as an entrepreneur. I get to express who I am to the people who work for me and vote according to my values because I pay their salaries. You pay their salaries as taxpayers, because some of us pay taxes, right? Some of us in the White House don't. But most of us here pay taxes. In some states in this country in 2016, it came down to 2 votes per precinct. The decisions were made in states according to 2 votes per precinct. So you understand that I can't be the only person who knows that I matter. We have to let each and every one of us in our community, we have to figure out a way for every single person to understand that they matter, because we can't afford to miss even 2 people. 2 people is us. That's it. Like if we decided to stay in bed and, you know what, let's just watch another game and hang out. That's it. That's the election. 2 people is your cousin and them. Right? 2 people is your son and his buddy. 2 people is within your margin of what you can control. So from now until this election is over, not now until election day, because election day is now. We're in election, right? From now until the election is over, find 2 people. Find 2 people who haven't voted yet, who aren't sure they want to vote. Figure out how to make them feel like they matter. You know, we talk a lot about voting in our family. Our parents talk to voting about us. We talk about voting with our kids. Our kids sit with us when we vote. They watch us look up all the different referendums and they ask us who we're voting for. When I was 18, my parents took me out to dinner. It was like a real rite of passage. They took me to dinner, not just because it was my birthday, but to say, like, this is a moment for you. You can now vote. And you know, you're not supposed to vote, Kerry. According to some of the original people who wrote that original Constitution, there's all kinds of reasons why you shouldn't be able to vote. Because the people who voted in that first Constitution were wealthy white men. Even if you were a white man who didn't own any property, you couldn't vote. Wealthy white men. So for me, as an 18-year-old black woman, I started to understand that this is revolutionary, that people fought for me to be able to vote as a woman. When women went to prison in petticoats and you know, corsets for me to be able to vote. Young people fought and marched, because it used to be that you had to be 21 years old in this country to vote. So they could ship you off to war at 18, and you couldn't vote about who your commander-in-chief was. Young people fought to change that right. And we know as black folks that people sacrificed their lives, heroes like John Lewis, so that we could be able to vote. So I vote today because I love to vote, because it makes me feel like I matter, also to honor all those ancestors. And I've been thinking a lot this year about why it feels like we're losing those people who have fought for our equality and our ability to contribute.
Why are we losing the John Lewises? And why are we losing the RBGs, the notorious RBGs, who fought for women? And I think part of why it's happening, and I want you to really hear me on this, is because the time for hero worship is done. We have to step into the shoes of those heroes. It's up to us to find those two people. It's not on John Lewis anymore. He has said to us, we matter. It's not on RBG anymore. She has said to us, we matter. And people all the time on social media will say, Olivia Pope, you gotta fix this. Olivia Pope, you have to save the day. And I say, Olivia Pope does not have the power that you have. Olivia Pope is a pretend character on television. And believing that a character on television can fix this country is how we got into this problem 4 years ago. Olivia Pope cannot fill out her census. Olivia Pope cannot register to vote. Olivia Pope cannot vote early. Olivia Pope cannot call her friends and family and drag them to the polls. You can do that. You can fix this. You are more powerful than she is. And so we are here in North Carolina because, quite honestly, you are more powerful than us. In California, we are not a swing state. We're here in North Carolina because you have the power to save this country. And we are so deeply grateful. So I just want to remind everybody that if you need any information about voting, go to iwillvote.com/North Carolina. Get everything you need. Send that link to all your friends and family. Let them know that's where they can go. This is such an important time. You're not only voting for president, you're not only voting for 4 historic black women in the race, you're voting for governor, you're voting for the Senate. You are holding so much power in this moment. So we are here to you in gratitude and in debt, and to say thank you. And we will always remember that North Carolina brought it home, because we know you will. Thank you, guys.
Wave. I'm in it for keepsake. In the field with the cleat lace. Beat freak with the bare face and a slick tongue, that's what she say. She look good, she a big tease when she bite lip with the wink face. Hella bad when she throwing it back. She bring that my way for the team play. For Pete's sake, I'm above average, I padded my stats. I gotta matter what he say. I'm the 2010 young LeBron James off the backboard, type of bad boy. Hold it down for the task force. If I run his fade, then you ask for it. Cross need to laugh more. I keep it 100 on dashboard. The live show needed passport, cause the beat bounced to the cap torn. Feel like I live it, fast forward, but I asked for it.
That's always how people feel. It's like, wait, can I get rid of some stuff before I go? Alright, the event's over. I got my sign. I'm gonna put it in my trunk. Gonna give Eric one of the I Will Vote bags with all the stuff in them. It's in the front.
Putting this in the trunk or in the...
Alright, so this has... So yeah, so this is stuff you can share.
Give away?
Yes.
Okay, what do I have here?
You got a mask, a magnet, 150 cards, and 150 door hangers.
Door hangers? Oh my God, door hangers for everybody's house?
Yes.
Let me see them. Hold on, I gotta make sure they're here.
You're hilarious.
Yes, hey, you gotta get out of the vote. I'm gonna put this on your door.
There you go.
We're gonna vote and keep these masks up.
All right, so that was the event. And it did warm up. The day started out at like 40 something degrees. It is not 40 something degrees now. It is like, I don't know, what is it? Let's see what it is. Well, this is a 61, 63. This is a 63 degrees. It feels more like 70 when you're sitting in the sun though. But I did get my sign back there. You see I got that, so I'll put that up in the yard. And let me check back in about this other thing. And then I'm like, it's past lunchtime because that started just a little late, but that was quite all right. They did a really good job on that.